So the Patriot Act. Let's go to that. I'm sorry. Let's go to the Restrict Act, and I call it or I had that Freudian slip because it essentially is like the Patriot Act 2.0, 3.0, whatever you want to give it. There's a YouTube guy, YouTube account that put out this video. I don't know if they're like I don't know, not YouTube, TikTok. I'm not I don't know who's popular on TikTok and what accounts are big. So if you recognize this to be a large account, please let me know. Here is the TikTok video. It says Alex Colliard. I think that's how you say it. Is the one who put it out. I don't know who the person is, but S686. And this is Senate bill. I think that's what that means. But let's listen. It's about 2.5 minutes here.
How we use the internet is about to fundamentally change forever, and it's terrifying. This is Bill S686, also known as the Restrict Bill. You'll probably know it as the TikTok ban bill, but it does so much more than just that. It actually does more than any bill I think we've ever seen. I encourage everyone to read it by going here and clicking the text tab, but here are the main takeaways. Foreign adversaries can change by definition, but a few are already listed. They are the People's Republic of China, including Hong Kong, Special Administration Region, the Republic of Cuba, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and of course, the Russian Federation and Venezuela under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but these definitions can change at any time. The bill covers hardware technology like modems, routers, and home cameras, and virtual tech like VPNs, and basically bans them if they are manufactured by or used to contact and deal with foreign adversaries. Speaking of VPNs, using VPNs to bypass banned apps such as TikTok is made a criminal act under this bill, and the penalty, it's a minimum imprisonment of 20 years and a minimum...
Did you hear that? Minimum penalty of 20 years if you use a VPN to access a banned account. So a banned website. So let's say you're on TikTok website. If you try to access that with a VPN, that's 20 years if you get caught. Is that insane? Am I the only one who thinks that's insane? Let's listen again and let it finish.
Speaking of VPNs, using VPNs to bypass banned apps such as TikTok is made a criminal act under this bill. And the penalty, it's a minimum imprisonment of 20 years and a minimum fine of $250,000 or $1 million, depending if you knowingly did so to access banned content. The bill gives the federal government the power to monitor any activity used by these suspected devices, virtual or otherwise. Essentially, they can monitor what you are doing at home 24/7 without even informing you. This includes things such as routers, video games, streaming apps, smart thermostats, Ring cameras, basically anything that uses the internet. Now, the real terrifying part of all of this, as if that all wasn't terrifying enough, is that the bill goes on to state that this will happen by the president appointing a secretary of communication. That secretary then forms a group on their own without any voter input whatsoever. This group can have meetings behind closed doors. They don't have to disclose anything. They can ban and deem anything inappropriate or a risk to security at any moment in time. And if they do, they can go through your instant messages, your emails, text, basically anything that uses the internet, and they can censor it. So in summary, this bill can effectively ban anything the government deems inappropriate extremely quickly without warning. The ramifications of this range from breaking up mass communication methods to even watching the cameras in your home, aka spying on you. It really is that bad, and I am not speaking.
There's a longer video of this, but this is pretty crazy. This Restrict Act, and I'm going to I did want to play it all the way through before I comment. I didn't get all the way through, but we're gonna listen to it again and kind of talk about each point that he makes. But let me read. Just if you Google Restrict Act, this is what comes up. So let's listen to, or let's read what corporation or the corporate media, not corporate media, but let's see what corporate America is saying about the Restrict Act. The Restrict Act established a risk-based process tailored to the rapidly changing technology and threat environment by directing the Department of Commerce to identify and mitigate foreign threats to information and communication technology products and services. That is a crock of shit. A crock of shit. Did you hear me? So this talks more about like crypto and how it's going to affect crypto. Uh, but the Restrict Act creates blanket authority with few checks to ban just about anything linked to a foreign adversary. And that's what's key, the designation of who or what countries will be foreign adversaries. And they can change it whenever they want. And it's starting out with some, I think it listed Iran and China and I forget who else. But those who are listed under or listed or given the designation of foreign adversary can change. Um, this is truly going down a like fascistic, like fascism. Like I don't understand how else you can classify this here. Like this is just insane. Let's read this next article here. Could the Restrict Act criminalize the use of VPNs? So we were mentioning that, accessing it, you get 20 years. So let's see. Would the Restrict Act, aka the TikTok bill, criminalize the use of VPNs? That's the rumor floating around about the legislation, which was introduced by Senator Mark Warner. Don't forget, Mark Warner was one of the people behind all of the issues with TikTok and the government using its powers and its influence to get Twitter to do censorship. That's who Mark Warner is. Earlier this month, Warner's office has said this bill wouldn't do this. But its broad language leaves room for doubt. And the act is still insanely far reaching and could have a huge range of deleterious effects, even if it doesn't criminalize people using VPNs to access TikTok. And then it kind of goes into some technical jargon. But I guess we can read this. VPN stand for Virtual Private Network, and there are several different kinds, but their general aim is the same: keeping your digital activities and location private. Using a VPN with your computer, phone, and other internet-enabled devices can do things like mask your IP address and encrypt your internet connection. It's a great way to get around location-based firewalls, geo-blocking, and other forms of internet censorship. For this reason, VPNs are popular in countries that exercise authoritarian control over what their citizens can access. It's sad that this contingent could soon include U.S. citizens, but include us it does, as both Republicans and Democrats get more and more gun-ho or gog-ho about banning the popular video platform TikTok. Senator Josh Hawley introduced one TikTok bill back in January. Hawley's bill would direct the president to use the International Emergency Powers Act to specifically block and prohibit all transactions and to prevent commercial operation of TikTok parent company ByteDance in the U.S. This is on Reason. This is freaking insane. Like some stuff, even though we have this failing empire, some stuff still like surprises me. This is one of the things that still kind of what yeah, it surprises me that they're trying to move this legislation, as terrible as it is, as un-American. If you're talking about privacy and sovereignty, this is un-American. If you're talking about historically what people want to describe as what American is, how is this American? Like the Patriot Act too. Anyway, I digress. Let's continue. Uh, I think I got one more article. Uh, hmm, here we go. Is this the? I can't remember. Hmm. This is a unique story. Now, this is not the one. This is just me, my own. This is the one I saw. So that I'll read that other one on my own. This one from the Guardian. White House very in favor of bill thought to target TikTok. Platform has drawn close congressional scrutiny because the data of users could be available to the government of China. One of the authors of a Senate bill that would enable the U.S. Commerce Department to ban technologies with links to foreign governments has said the Biden White House is very in favor of the measure, but stopped short of saying whether the administration had discussed possibly prohibiting Chinese owned platform TikTok in particular. Appearing on CBS Face the Nation on Sunday, Senator Mark Warner, who's behind this, of Virginia, said the proposed legislation has also picked up support in his congressional chamber with 11 Democrats, of which he is one, as well as 11 Republicans. So it's bipartisanship, just like the Patriot Act, to censor all Americans. So don't say that, there's no bipartisanship in Washington, D.C. Quite to the contrary, most of it is bipartisanship to serve capital.